I almost tossed in 350 on BNAI at 650 the other day. You know, it's funny that you say that because the same here. I was looking at BNAI. It was actually on a watch list that I put up. I watched it. I watched it yesterday, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, 14 bucks is just that's a little too much. I don't really want to jump into something that expensive." And then I was watching it throughout the day, going like, "Okay, well, what is this thing really going to be doing? Like, where's this thing going?" You know, I saw this little inverted head and shoulder pattern right here. You see this little guy? That's an inverted head and shoulder pattern. The only reason I said no, nah, not gonna go with it is because it was under volume weighted average price and it went under the 200 EMA. Then I was thinking like, okay, well, yeah, no, I'm definitely staying out of it now. Like, not gonna do it. And then it ran more, and this was I got busy at this point. So is Mitchell and Terry still with us? Hey, what's up, Seymour? Yeah, Mitchell and Terry are still here. Terry swings by every now and then. Mitchell's mostly in the Discord. But yeah, Mitchell and Terry swing by, say hi. So yeah, what's up? What's up? Happy weekend, by the way, guys. That was a nice finish to the week. I just started here, nothing but ice. Oh man, what's up, Mark? Oof. And that's why I didn't buy it yesterday. It was 12.14, and I was like, nah, the ROI's not there, right? That's what I did. I was like, nah, I know BNAI. BNAI likes to mess around. It pumps and dumps. It's done it before. It's gonna do it again. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna get suckered into, pretty green candles. And then I saw in after hours and I was like, wait a second, this thing is jumping up dollars per candle. I'm like, look, just a small position, I don't know, like so it was at 35 bucks when I finally said, okay, you know what? This looks really good. I'm gonna do it. And I jumped in with 10 shares, 350 bucks. And the damn thing ran. What did I sell that at? See if I could pull that up on my phone real quick. So I bought it 35 and I think I sold it like 39. And then so get this, guys. All right, so this is kind of cool. So my small account is with Charles Schwab. So Charles Schwab, um they screwed up before. This time I don't think they screwed up. Hey, what's up, Night Owl? Good morning. On YouTube there. Yeah, guys, also this is on YouTube if you guys want to go over there. We'll see how that works for you. I kind of made the screens look almost identical, so one looks a little different, but I'm trying to get the subscribers on YouTube to go up because I'm trying to get over 1,000, hopefully by the end of this month. But anyways, so this particular stock, when it started jumping around like this, it made me really think, like, okay, if I can just jump in, 10 shares, 350 bucks, if I get 10%, cool, I'm out. But Charles Schwab messed up before, and they gave me literally the ability to jump in and out, in and out, in and out. Well, back then that was on my big account because I had that used Charles Schwab used to be my big account. Then I switched as soon as they switched to Charles Schwab because they used to be TD Ameritrade. They merged. As soon as they switched, I said, okay, well, damn, this sucks. And then I started trading and I noticed that they didn't cap me. So I was able to literally trade like 16 times on I think at that point I think I had $2,000 in that account, to something like that. Well, in just that one day, like I made like 3 grand because I was able to jump in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Thank you, Seymour. I appreciate the lightning bolt. Um, so again, this happened yesterday. Yesterday, my Charles Schwab account, Thinkorswim, um, I jumped in and then I looked, and it still said that I had available funds, and I was like, "What?" So then when I sold, I jumped in again. I sold, I jumped in again. I ended up making 166 bucks yesterday on my little $200 account, which is now up to 570. starting the beginning of this week. So I thought that was pretty cool. These stocks like BNAI in after hours, when they're pumping volume and the float is below 6 million and there's good news, like actual good news, not fluff, it's literally like a gift from heaven. It's a gift from God for crying out loud. Especially if you can catch it and you know what you're looking at when you're looking at the chart. So, you doing long term too or no? No, I'm not doing long term. I was thinking about doing something like that, maybe doing the dividends because those one of the guys in the chat in my Discord does pretty good on dividends. I'm not really one to play around like that. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Is it gonna show me where did I put that app? Oh yeah, you guys gotta deal with I got baby back here and I got the other kid, the 11-year-old, and then I got the wife back here. She's great. She never nags, so we're good. She's not a nagger. Except when she wants to change something up in the house. Then she's like, "Hey, what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that?" And I'm like, if you like it, great." I should have never showed her that I can do stuff. Yeah. All right. So my Charles Schwab app is spinning. It's literally spinning. And that is one really annoying thing about Charles Schwab. It's just so annoying. All right, so I can't show you guys my in and out on that, but I posted on Discord yesterday under gains, just pure uh being as clear as possible with you guys. So here you go. Let's see here. I show you guys that stuff. All right, right here. So these are the posts from yesterday in the gains. So January 23rd there. I showed so far, I showed how I was doing, and it wasn't good. In the end here, I showed my finish. So this was my big account. So, all right. So it says I lost 171, but that was because I held SUGP overnight and it didn't do anything. It just went down more. So this one was an overnight hold. I said, screw it, I'm done with it. Whatever. It didn't do anything. Got stuck in SOPA. Jibo tanked on me. The biggest one was REVB. That one just continued to move down, and I didn't know why. I was like, what the hell? It looked good. It looked good until it didn't, right? But so I made money on Move. That was literally 20 shares in pre-market. Worked out, but I screwed it up, and it only got me $8.69. But here's my small account. So this is my small account. So yesterday on Works on my small account, notice it says $570 right here. Profit loss for the day 29%. So I made 166.37 here. Works I made 48.39 on, and then BNAI I made 117 on. So that right there, literally just that made my day. I was like, okay, that's fantastic. That works. So there you guys go. That's where we are at. But if you're looking for alerts, I'll show you. Actually, I don't know why I took that back. I wanted to show you something. So under alerts, not alerts, it was under social yesterday. So end of the day, we're all sitting there like, hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anything going on? Nothing's going on. So it was basically like, screw it, day's over. Let's start the weekend. There I am, pissed off that I lost. See, I'm raging right now. But right here, REVB screwed us. All right, people are just basically like, screw REVB, damn it. All right, well, I'm gonna hold it, whatever. And I said, BNAI going nuts in after hours. Look, and I sent it out to everybody. Then down here, I went ahead and free chorizo. That's engineering right there. Indigenously. Uh, he put right here. He's like, hey, wow, it jumped in, made a few bucks, and he says he's taken it to 41. That's what he thinks. I said, no, it looks like it wants 62. And then he said, nah, I don't know. Wall's at 48 and 50 might run. You guys, I don't know. Can you guys see that? Oh yeah, you guys can't see my cursor on there. Oh, that's weird. Okay, anyways, then he said, Wall's 40 to 50. I said, nah. Look at the estimated borrow rate fee. That thing's huge. Then I said, shit, maybe it'll hit 80. And it got up to 68.10. So where did it end at? It ended at 58.54. But where did it literally sit and hibernate for like the longest period of time? Between 58 and 62. It just kept hitting 62, 62, 62. And again, 5 shares at 35 bucks, and it runs up to, runs up about 20 bucks. You're good. You're solid. You made some money. But then I told him right here, I said, nobody argue with J Rock. Anyways, and then, some people are showing me how cold it is where they live. There's Swinger. Geez. And I feel bad because right now it's 48 over here. See, there's me posting 48. Anyways, so let me look at comments here real quick. Yeah, be safe next week. Yeah, I'm out. I'm completely out of it right now, but I will be paying attention to it to see what it does, and maybe there's a possibility of jumping in and scalping a couple pennies again, a couple dollars actually, because of the way this thing's jumping, especially in pre-market. Once the market opens, you're gonna have that push from the bears. 44 in Victorville. Nice. I think I told you, man. I got my biggest speeding ticket there coming down that mountain, that summit. How much is my Discord? So when you sign up for the watch list blog, I've got two. I'll show you guys just to make that easy too, so I don't have to explain it. Then I can show you guys I can show you guys the track record. I finally got that stupid thing working for right now. We'll see how long it lasts. But here's the pricing. There's the pricing. So you've got let's see, I can get rid of the ticker stuff right now. Hang on one second. And then the right ticker. There we go. So here's the pricing. So full access, you got $59.99. That gives you Discord access. That gives you your watch list. That gives you everything. All right. So $59.99. If you want the whole year, you save 20%. You pay for the whole year. Instead of paying $719.88, you're paying $569.90. These two get you full access. This is just the watch list. Okay, so you get Discord access with this. You're able to send me messages. I answer daily, literally all the time. People send messages, and I'm answering them. You can private message me if you don't want to share it with a group, that kind of stuff. With the watch list, you just get the watch list. So here, check this out. This is the track record for just this past week. So since I've been doing this, July 13th was when I started. That's when I sent my first watch list out. It was I've done 380 watch lists, 385 watch lists since July 13th, 2024. The past week's accuracy is 71%. Over here you can see the tickers that I alerted. So this was yesterday. Yesterday BGL went up 45% from entry. Move went up 59% from entry. ASTI didn't hit any of the targets. SLE hit all three targets. Literally didn't get any higher. NAM went and hit take profit 2. DRCT was a beast. It went up 88%. I also never do this, but I opened a position on purely speculative play. ASBP is the name. Yeah, I've looked into that as well. But so here's the layout. This is how I pull no punches. This is how I want to show you guys that look, it's working. Okay, so This day here sucked. I got 1 out of 6. All right, I can't be spot on all the time. If I'm spot on 75% of the time, I'm happy. If I'm spot on 68% of the time, I'm happy. Over here, you got TP1 hit. All right, that was on Nam. Nam went bonkers. I alerted Nam. Um, I alerted Nam a while back. I want to say that was Tuesday. I put the alert on Nam. Actually, here, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Well, oh shit, it's under the track record, stupid. Look, let's see. Here's Nam right here. This was on what was this? This was January 20th. Alerted Nam. Nam didn't hit any of the targets. The entry was 96 cents to $1. All right, so when things are on the watch list, when things are on the watch list, oh, there's BNAI right there. Look at that. A BNAI was alerted at 5:45 to 5:65. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? So $5, you could have got into this. If you would have held on, you would have been freaking swimming in cash right now. No, but these are all these plays right here, and that was actually a really good day too. I hit 6 out of 6 on this day. None of them hit take profit 3. Only 2 hit take profit 2. But guys, when you're scalping that take profit 1, why not, right? Look at Riley. Riley entry was 10.05, 10.25. Take profit was 60 cents away. That's really good. Yeah, right. Just a normal day at the office. Um, RFIL, okay. Take profit 1 was 9.20. Entry 8.65 to 8.85. Well, there you go. You got 40 cents there. BNAI. Take profit 1 605. Entry, you've got 35 cents there. ZEO, $1 to $1.05. Take profit 115. All right, so not huge, but 10 cents. You get 10 cents. Cheap stock, you can buy more shares, that kind of thing. ATPC, same. You only got 2 cents, but it's an 11-cent stock. Like you buy 3,000 shares, that's $30 a piece. And that's not costing you a whole lot. So that's how it works. VERO was a beast, 428% from entry. So that's how it looks. That's literally what the watch list looks like. And I'll show you that over here. So here's yesterday's watch list. Just so you can see the tickers are all the same, but this is what it looks like. I give you an entry, give you a stop, give you take profit 1, 2, and 3, give you some notes. These notes are important. Even on the alerts that I put out on the Discord, and I'm going to close out of this. Even the alerts that I put out on the Discord, guys, same thing. It's like, here's the alerts. This is the way they come out. I give you the ticker, I give you an entry zone, I give you a take profit 1, 2, and 3, and a stop loss, and some notes. These notes are important because if you're not reading the notes, you're not catching the whole drift of what I'm doing here. Okay, right here you have IOBT. This was from the 22nd. These things right here, usually when it's got a trophy, that means all targets hit. Okay, all targets hit on move. There was the alert on the Discord. Move entry 1420, 1450. Take profit 3, 1950 to $20. I mean, these are pretty big moves. Usually, like, look, XTKG, that was a quick one too. Alert, boom, take profit 1, 2, and 3. It hit all 3. I gave the next targets. These are extended targets. These didn't hit because it decided to fold right over on itself after that. Works. There's hit all targets. AUST, I don't think it did much other than take profit 1. But again, entry 355 to 365. 390 is your first take profit. If you took profit, you made money right there. And then I forwarded looks like 162 on BNAI. So that's that. You guys have any tickers you want to go over? Let's do it. Thank you for following. Hit the like, follow, and share, guys. I'd appreciate it. If you guys want to watch the same thing on YouTube, you can. It's the same thing at Jrockstocks. And I want to make it very apparent because there are a crap ton of fakes out there. And as Mitchell will tell you, there is only one Jrockstocks, and it's this one right here. No other Jrockstocks, okay? There's a lot of fakes out there. All right, it's this one. I have 26,800 followers. No dots, no dashes, no nothing in the name. All right. If you get a message from someone that's got my picture and has Jrockstocks, but it has a dot in front or dot in back or dot in the middle or two S's or any of that crap, that's not me. And the things that they'll usually ask is, "Hey, how's your investing going?" or "How's your trading going?" "Hey, did you ever think of copy trading?" I'll never talk about copy trading. "Hey, did you ever think of, playing with crypto?" I will never talk crypto. You see right here on the screen it says no fucking crypto. Okay? So that's about that. Just make sure it says Jrockstocks like that. If you go in the search and type in Jrockstocks and you go to users, Jesus Christ, Jared, come on. If you go to users, wow, look at that. Only one popped up. That's weird. Did they finally get rid of all the fakes? No way. No way. Let's do this one. Let's try this one. What? You gotta be kidding me. No way. Oh, there we go. All right, so J stocks. Yep, okay. Oh man. Yeah, you just got to be careful. There's still a bunch of them out there. Let's just search J Rock real quick. Let's see how many people have my picture. Oh my God, I'm blown away right now, guys. I think they got rid of all the fakes. Did you guys see that? I'll check it out. See you tomorrow. All right, Papa Todd. Well, you'll probably see me on Monday. Gotta go. Weekend job. Thanks, J Rock. No worries, Papa Todd. TikToker, TikToker. Do you ever do IPOs? There is IPO chat in the Discord. I don't really do IPOs, but the couple guys in the Discord do. Um, oh, there we go. That worked. Cool. Let's see. I checked your site. I'll check your site out. Cool. Thank you. My daughter has gymnastics competition that weekend. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, my kid's gonna have his first day of flag football next weekend. Next weekend? Yeah, next weekend. That's the first. So that's cool. All right. So BNAI, I do like this setup right here. This is looking pretty snazzy, but again, if it can move up this fast, it can go down even faster, especially in pre-market because there are no halts. That's why this thing was able to uh, jump up as much as it did. I mean, this candle right here, 53 to 68, and this is a 1 minute candle, went from 53 to $68. SEGG, that's they kind of screwed everybody over. They screwed everybody over a couple days ago. Here's right here. Right here. This is where they screwed everybody over. I believe they had a an offering or something like that. Oh, what is this? Lottery.com. Former executives charged with fraud by the SEC. Woohoo! Yeah. I like tackle better, but yeah, flag football's fun. I miss it. I have not played since I was a kid, but I'm sure it's all the same. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that I seen you the other day. It was nasty. Yeah. Yep, right here. This is it right here on the but this is Dow Jones on the 23rd, and this was on the 20th when they did this. I think this is probably what they got charged with, right? Something like that. Following Thursday, complaint no longer involved. Okay, well. Anyways, yeah, so SEGG. Can it move again? Sure, but I don't see it really doing much. It likes to stay by that 200 EMA. This is a 30-minute chart. Every time it hit the 30 EMA, it ran a little bit and then came right back down, as you guys can see. Every time hit right there, it came right back down. Here, it finally got a little higher, but still came right back down. So you know it loves that 200 EMA. SEGG does. What do I think it's going to do Monday? I think it's going to come back down to the 200-day EMA on SEGG. Any other tickers? Hey, what's up, Maxim? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. So another good thing about my community is we're still growing. We've only been around for what, a year, almost 2 years. July, I think, will be 2 years. So that's a good thing about my community. This thing, AUST on a 30-minute, looks like a nasty head and shoulder pattern, doesn't it? It looks like this thing's going to come right back down to about 193, which is a 200 EMA on a 30-minute. And if you look, look at the past, look what the stock's been doing with the 200 EMA on a 30-minute. It's the same thing. I want to tell you guys, it's going to be the same thing on a lot of stocks because that 200 EMA SOXL, are you talking about? There we go. Nope, that's not it. What the heck? SOXL. There's SOXL right here. Well, technically, if you look, it's been bullish. It's been really nice and bullish. So SOXL just came back down to the 200 EMA. What I would be looking for on this, and I'm going to give you big numbers. What I'd be looking for on this is obviously that it holds 60-15, right? If it breaks that, just say bye-bye to the stock. Um, but if it can break through the 61.54, you got a good chance of it hitting that 63 again. Yeah, you got a really good chance. It's got a lot of resistance right at that 63.12, 63.05 to 63.12. But what I'd be looking for is when it starts hitting the 30-day EMA on this one. I'll get you. I'll get THH. I'll take a look at it. So it's got to hold this 60. Just call it. It needs to hold 60. If it holds 60, you're good. Should break through the 200 EMA on a 30-minute, and then you have a good possibility of it running back up to 63. Lots of resistance at 63. If it can break through 63, then you have a very good possibility of running back up to about 64.50, maybe even 65. So that's SOXL. But look at, I mean, the chart's beautiful. It pump, 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 pump. Look at it. Every time it hits, every time it drops just a little below the 200 EMA, it pops right back up. Look how long it's been doing that. I'm telling you guys, pay attention to that 200 EMA on a 30-minute. It'll tell you a lot of things you didn't know. Anyways, THH. So here's THH. Instantly, I see how deep below the 200 EMA it is, and it likes to sit around that 200 EMA. Like it likes to hug it. Okay, broke through, rode it a little bit, broke down. So, in all honesty, what do I think this thing's gonna do? This thing's not gonna get close to it because it broke down hard. I mean, 65 cents, 610. Let's look at something closer. Let's look at the 1 minute chart real quick. All right. This is what it looks like. So it ran to 125 after hours. It crashed. Went right back down. Here, let me put a little line here just so I can gauge that. All right. Well, yeah. So, yeah, it's back over the 200 EMA on a 1 minute. It's above volume weighted average price in a close, but what did it do at close? Because we went into the weekend, it crashed. Not a lot of people want to sit around there with it being like this. During the day, what did it do? Let's see. Well, it pumped from 71 cents all the way to 146. Nice pump in regular hours. Pre-market did absolutely nothing, traded sideways. So used the 200 EMA here as support. Again, bounced off, came back down to that 200 EMA, bounced off, and then it broke through with solid push of volume in after hours where liquidity is harsh. So there you go. So now that it's back over the 200 EMA, Monday, depending on what news did it have? It didn't have any news. Just had volume, right? It's a 50 million free float. The volume did 93 million, which it did pretty good because its average is 2.9. So technically, if this thing can break and hold above, it has to stay above volume weighted average price. It breaks volume weighted average price, this thing's toast. And it's coming right back down to the 70s, in my opinion. Has to hold that 96 cents. If it breaks that, you're going back in the 70s. If it can break through, I'd say if it can break through $1.10, yeah, I'd say if it can break through $1.10, it can be off to the races again, possibly get back up to 118, 125, and then maybe get back up to your 140s. But that is very thin. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't really hold my breath for that to do that. So we'll see. All right. Any other tickers? Let's see. Speaking of tickers, I'm going to have some coffee. My ticker needs some caffeine. All right. Anybody else? Any other tickers? You guys don't forget to like, the follow, the share. Do that thing if you're still there. There's about 14 people in here right now. We can go over stocks. We can talk about all this stuff. Let's see. What about Move, right? What about Move? What about DRCT? What about those? Move did a very nice thing. Did a very nice thing. I mean, ran up to what, 23.90. Then market opened and it took a dump. Played a little bit, not a whole lot. On a 1 minute chart, broke below the 200 EMA, used it there as resistance. So it needs to hold 15. If it can't hold 15 bucks, this thing's coming back down. If it can't break through solid of the little red line, which the little red line is your 200 EMA. If it can't break 16 bucks with solid volume, it's coming back down. XTIA, LAC. All right. So there you go. It does have a gap that it created in after hours, a little gap right up here at 1680. Those are usually magnets. So again, break 16, you might have a good chance of running and trying to fill that gap. If it can break through volume weighted average price, you'll be off to the races again. This is a micro, ultra micro float. So 755,000 free float, and its average volume is 1.68. So in pre-market, I'd be looking for this thing to do at least 2 million right off the bat. That's what I would think is good volume on this thing. And if it can do that, break through that 16, break through the volume weighted average price, I'm telling you, you could be gone. All right, XTIA. XTIA. Here's XTIA. First off, we're going to go back, look at the 30. Well, would you look at that? The 30, it respects the 200 EMA, uses it as support. All right, so what's it going to do? Look at that. You've got a gap right back here at 193. So XTIA might have a good chance of running back up to 193. These gaps, they're magnets. These are what we call magnets. So here you go. Bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200. Traded sideways, kept bumping its head right about, what is that? 80, 88 to 92, 88 to 89. I was going to say 92, but I don't think so. So 88 to 89, kept bumping its head on there. So what you're going to be looking for is it to break that, and you get your 93. It's a small gap. If it can break that gap, it could break through that. That's where the algos like to step in and help out. The algorithms, the algorithms aren't for you, for me, for nobody. They don't care. All they care about is a certain number. It gets to a certain number with a certain amount of volume, it's going to push that shit up or down. Usually they like to sit around volume weighted average price. And this thing's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat it. On the 30 minute, if it can break that $2, 195, it breaks it with good volume, and you've got yourself a little bit of a runner. Possibly get up to about 230s, 227. Remember, that's another thing you guys got to think about when you're looking at this stuff. Is is plain and simple. Where are the bag holders? Where are the bag holders? Which way is the stock going? How much volume is in it? And when's the last time the SEC had something said about the stock? So LAC, let's look at that one real quick. LAC, you got LAC. I just plug it into newsfilter.io and I look for certain things. I look at 424B5. I look for that. I look for 13Ds, schedule 13D. I look for 424B3s and 424B5s. If you don't know what those are, go to my profile. Go to my profile on TikTok. If you don't know what those are, here's a very simple explanation for you. I'll show you right here. All right, what are major filings right here that affect the market? Right here. All right. You click on this and it'll tell you what they are. It'll tell you everything. This is what this is what I did for you guys. I did this for you guys so you guys would understand SEC filings. You would have a cheat sheet real quick. You can go through, you can watch my video, you can snapshot it on your phones, and you can have these little slides on your phone. What is a 424B5? What is a 424B3? What's a DEF 114A? Very important stuff. How long have you been trading for? I've only been doing this for about 15 months now, give or take. So I've been doing this since about 2012, but I haven't been doing lives. It was literally just me trading for me, trying to learn, trying to figure it out. The reason I started the website is because I spent money to learn stuff from guys that didn't know what they were talking about, but it looked like they did. I didn't see any of their lives. I saw recordings and screenshots. Then they said that they would be, they'd 100% they'd be talking to me. They'd be, answering my messages. And then when I message them, I'd get a generic message back. And that sucked. That's why I started this. I wanted it to be a nice, easy way of people getting into trading and not blowing out their accounts. LAC, let's continue with this real quick. So LAC, and when I'm looking for filings with the SEC on stocks, on tickers like LAC, let's say, I'm looking for about 3, 4 months back. All right, 3 months ago, they had a 424B3. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what it is. Go to my profile, it'll tell you. Click on that major filings that affect us post that I made. All right. You got to look at this stuff. All right. So we know that 3 months ago, they got a 424B3. They put a 8K out literally 3 months ago, right after they did that 424B3. Let's see. Any solid news? Let's see. Scotla Bank maintains sector perform on lithium Americas, raises price target to 7. All right, so I haven't put out the new stuff that I'm going to put out for the weekend. I started doing like those slides that I just showed you on my profile to tell you guys like what to look out for. Hey, what's up, Cardinal? Thanks for the hearts, me. So this weekend's slides are going to be on toxic agents. Toxic agents are um, analysts. So let's say this analyst right here, he says the target's going to be $7. Scotia Bank maintains sector perform on lithium Americas, raises price target to 7. So the analyst for this bank said it's going to go. Well, the analyst, Ben Isaacson, which probably doesn't know shit, which is probably wrong about, oh, I'd say probably closer to 98% of the time. This is something that you guys need to be 100% aware of. Just because a place says it's raising its price target to 7 doesn't mean it's going to go to 7, because the reason they're doing that is they might be the underwriter in one of these little schemes that they got going here. So 2 months ago, JP Morgan raised the price target to 5. The reason they do this is because they want to pump the stock, because they know that dumb money is going to jump in because they see, hey, this thing's going to go up to $5. That's what's going to happen. That's literally it. As soon as that happens, that 424B3 or B5 drops. And then you guys get stuck holding the bag like, VERO. That was perfect example there as well. What happened to VERO, right? What was the news? Didn't they drop the Bears? Where was it? They had an offering. VERO. They had an offering. So another thing you'll see is the news on Weeble sucks. They don't do a good job at all. Let's see. LAC. I forgot to give you a target on LAC. Forgot to tell you things about LAC, right? So currently, what did it do? Yeah, it also respects the 200, just not as well right here. Breaks down pretty far below the 200 EMA on the 30-minute. Now it's extended, so it broke through the 200 EMA. So in more than I'm more than about 65% sure it's going to come right back down to the 200 and even below it, probably 588. So what I'd be watching for on this thing is I would be watching it that it doesn't break 630. Yeah, the news on TikTok is just garbage, or the news on Weeble is garbage. Definitely, it's crap. Most of the time you get this nonsense right here. 12 healthcare stocks moving in Friday's intraday session. Who gives a fuck? Just open up open up the what's up, what's down, the top runners. Just open that up. Or on Weeble, like I'll show you guys. I think I can pull it up. Let's see. This is something that's really awesome. Let me just put in my little password here. This is something free on Weeble. It's awesome. Works so well. You're right the first time. Oh, TikTok news is garbage. Yeah, well, that's true. Okay. Come on. Authentication required. Okay. All right. So there we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I see what it's trying to do. Stupid. Here, I thought it was trying to get me to log in. Damn it. There you go. Connect. It's trying to put me in the wrong thing. There we go. Let's close this out. And there's Weeble right there. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna show you guys here real quick. So you go in this little markets thing. There we go. Bring that down for you guys here. So here, this is Weeble. Okay, this is Weeble. You go under stocks right here. You click this little markets tab down below. You guys see that little markets tab right next to the middle little blue thing? Yeah, so you click on that. Then you go over here. When you're in that, you click stocks. See right here? Because it'll most likely put you in the Discover. So you put stocks, it'll bring you over to markets. You scroll down, and you've got this thing called Stock Monitor. This thing's fantastic. This thing's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. So you click this little arrow, and it opens this up. And so sometimes what I'll do to see what the hell's going on, Maxim, I will get to QUBT, buddy. I will. I have not forgotten. I will get there. And then I'll look at VG as well for you. But right here, this is great. Look. So scroll down, right? It'll tell you literally what is going off. And when you see a ticker pop up more than once, more than twice, look at this. This is how you'd be able to catch BNAI, because look what keeps popping up. BNAI, 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 BNAI. Or you can just look at your top runners in after hours. It would be at the top of your screen. All right. So this is great right here. This is fantastic. Look at this. Look at this. BNAI, right? And then you just click on this and it opens it up, gives you a nice little chart you can look at. You can change that. This is what I want you guys to pay attention to. If you're on Weeble, it's super easy. Click that drop down. There's only a few places you need to look when you're looking at Weeble, when you're looking at your chart on your phone. Only a few places you need to look. Number one, right here, your free float, 2.79 million. Okay, next place, your average volume. There you go, 8 million. This is a 3-month average. All right, next place you look after that is right here. Look at your volume. What's your volume at? Beautiful. Okay, 43. God, you guys can't see my cursor, can you? Well, people on YouTube can. um, so yeah, so just right below, so at the top upper right hand corner, you got that heart. Right below that, you have high low volume. That's one thing you look at, volume right there. You go below that, you got market cap, you got turnover below that. Then you got your average volume right there. Okay. And you drop down below that, you got shares outstanding, lot size, beta. You've got free float, market cap, and then you've got free float. There's the other one that you look at. All right. Those are amazing things to look at. It's a really good idea to look at that. Another thing you can look at when you're looking at this stuff, if you care, you've got your 52-week high and your 52-week low. But that's besides the point. You look at that shit later. All right. So anyways, that's that's what I wanted to share with you guys on this. You just put that little thing back up. Another thing you need to focus on when you're looking at this stuff that we look at every day is right here. You need to look at your level 2. You need to look at where your blocks are. Okay, your big blocks. Um, what do I mean by that? Right now I'm looking at NBBO. Let's see. Let's look at this is okay. Doesn't really. I'm not really a huge fan, but my order book's closed right now. My level 2 right here. This is where it'd be. But anyways, so there's that. Let me close out of that. fucks with my phone. All right, so you wanted me to look at QUBT. My biggest regret so far doing this, I traded QBTS instead of holding. I had it at 3. Okay, that shit happens. Look at VERO. Okay, I had that back in the day. I had that at $4. Before it ran, I had VERU back in the day before it hit $28, and then they did an offering, and it dropped like crazy, but I still made 5 grand on it, you know, back in the day. Back in Mitchell and my day. I actually met Mitchell a long time ago, not personally, but on, on a platform. Um, all right, so let's look at QUBT. QUBT. Dylan Davidson, service now. What? I'm not sure what that means. Dylan Davidson, service now. I don't know. All right, QUBT. Here's QUBT on a 30-minute chart. Well, so it it has very nice spikes. It looks like at open has pretty good spikes, and then it just retraces every time. Simba, you can't trade stocks today. It's a stock, laugh out loud. Dylan Davis. So the Dylan Davidson, sorry. So don't put the name of the stock, put the ticker. Because I'm not going to sit there and know every name of every company because I don't really care what the name of the company is. I just want the ticker. So I see you posted service now before, but again, unless you would have put a ticker, I wouldn't have known that because I again don't. Now is the ticker. So when you put a ticker, also try to put it in caps so I know that that's the ticker. Oh God, a lot of rules. I know. I'm sorry. It just makes me sick as hell. I know. I get that. I'm gonna be your subscriber soon. Thank you, Simba. Appreciate it. All right. So let me do QUBT here for you real quick. As you see at open, usually pumps up, and then comes right back down towards the end of the day. Let's see how many days it's done it, right? So let's look back here. So you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got 5, you got 6, you got 7, you got 8, you got 9, 10, 11, 12. This was horrible right here. 12, 13. So you have 13 days in a row where it's shot up right at open. You thought he was demanding services. No. Oh man. Yeah, that here, I'll put BNAI over here because that thing was a baby. That was our baby. That was our hey, have a very nice weekend kind of baby. Yep, and we caught it. We caught it on the Discord. Okay, so QEBT, you can expect at open that it does a little move up. That's what I would expect. Now, would I jump in all willy-nilly like? No, not at all. Hey guys, hit the like, the follow, and the share. I'd appreciate that. All right, so with QUBT, I would be very careful that it does not break past $11. It breaks 11, then it breaks 1082. Those are your supports, and then it's coming right back down. It's coming right back down. 1015, I'd say 1030, but it seems to like to sit around $10. So if it does break down, I'd expect it to find some solid support at around 10. But if it can break through, and notice it's when it breaks through the 200 here, it runs for $3. It breaks through here, not so much. Here, not so much. How about here? Broke through that. You got about $1. Here, you got about $1. So, you got to keep it tight. And how does this thing trade daily? Wow. It is a huge float, but your average is amazing. Your average is 23 million shares. It only did 17 on Friday, and you can see that in what it did. It dropped. How many did it do here? Let's look at the people keep calling. I like it. Let's look at the daily real quick. Curious here. So it did 17 there, 28 there, 18. Okay, so the volume seems to teeter around 17. So if you start off with good volume in pre-market, you're pretty solid there. The Terminator. No, no, they did. They did. They said stuff about BNAI. Well, I did. When it was 35 bucks, I announced it on my website, on my Discord. And the reason BNAI blew up in after hours is because there's two two 2 million Valeo Technologies deal. That's Africa. So Africa, they've got a deal with Africa. They're going to be servicing Africa. All right. That's what the deal was. And because it's a low float, 2.79 million, and the volume started pumping, yeah, that's what happens on a low float stock in after hours where the shorts, people that were in it, people that got in it right around here. Whoops. I like to keep my lines there. People that got in it right around here, 8:30, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna short the shit out of this thing because this thing's gonna crash. It's gonna go back to $9, $8." Well, these people, they got hard. They got spanked like their daddy caught them stealing, or they got spanked like a husband walking in on his wife doing it, with some other breeder. That's what happened. Their accounts are toast. They're toast. Remember, there a lot of these people don't even pay attention, so they got a nice little call, a margin call. That's what they got. And I'm sorry I'm laughing, but you guys know my stance on how I like to do business with stocks, and unfortunately, fuck the Bears. That's I'm sorry, but I just can't stand the Bears. So I'm sad that it ruined lives because it probably did. Uh, when something like this massive happens, and it happens in after hours, it's devastating to people that have huge accounts. Well, I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but it is just funny. All right, now liquidated. Yes, 100%. So I think QUBT could go up, but I'd just be careful that it doesn't break what I said there. Let's see. Let's look at now for our friend there that was asking about now, because I didn't know the ticker. All right, so now Service Now Inc. is a $133 stock. First off, what do? We check the 30-minute. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. It was it was so bearish for the past few days here. Look at that gap it created there at 150. So we're gonna go ahead and mark the gap at 350 with my nice little purple line. So the purple line is typically, I like to call it as a magnet. Above that, you have a huge magnet. Look at this thing. Sheesh. What? I see now. I would like to know what happened there. How did it go from $809, 158.99 Wow, $783 to 158.99. What happened? That's what I'd like to know. What happened right here? Stock split, I believe. Okay. Well, usually TikTok shows me TikTok, Jesus Christ. Usually Weeble shows me a little split symbol. I don't see a split symbol. So what I would do in that case is I would look at what day it is. So that is 12/18. So I'd go into the filings and look at 12/18. 12/18, 12/18. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, the little guy. The little guy wants my coffee. Ah, silly little dude. All right. So I don't feel like really reading. I'm just gonna go into Chat GPT and ask what happened to NOW on 12/18. 783 drop to 158. I don't feel like reading. Ah, straight, accurate. Here we go. What do we got? It was a 5-for-1 stock split, executed December 18th. 5-for-1. That was easy. It does. It used to. I don't know if I changed something or if it changed something. But yeah, so okay, so it was a split. It was a regular split, not the crap we're used to where it's a reverse split. Yeah, so that's awesome. So they actually gave you more shares. Per year one, you got 5. And so, hey, no, don't push those buttons. Hey, you got hair in your mouth, buddy. Okay. All right, I fixed the baby. Um, so back in the day on VERU, no, sorry, not VERU. It was Quicksilver Resources. It was Quicksilver Resources. They did 6 regular splits in 1 year. It was freaking awesome. I made so much money off of that back in the day. Guys, that's what you want. You want a regular split. You get more shares, the price becomes more affordable for people, for retail, for dumb money, you know. So this one here, with it being 133 now, I mean that looks pretty. So I like to go to a 4-hour chart on a stock this big, 4-hour 180 kind of thing. Um, if we're talking, what you call it, um, Charles Schwab kind of stuff. You usually have to put a date in there, not a date, but a date range. Oh, shoot, just move that. All right, so 4-hour chart. What is this thing showing me here? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing nice little cup here. It's a big cup. And again, with this one here, I mean, I have a really good feeling that this thing can go back up to 150. And I don't think it'll take it that long. I mean, maybe just a couple days. So if you're looking for a really expensive stock, there you go. What's the news on this thing? Service now rallies 3.5% out for okay. Outperforms its peers. That's great stuff. So Mr. Man that asked about now. Yeah, remember when he turned us onto SEC filings? Yes, sir. Who was that was asking about service? Dylan Davidson. Dylan Davidson. Yeah, so I think there's a good possibility this thing can get back up to that 50. Good possibility. I would definitely make sure this thing does not drop back down below. I'd say probably about 125. It hits 125, you're going to come back down to that 123 and possibly even lower. But that is a beautiful gap fill right there. That happens, you're doing pretty good. Stay out of these consolidation areas. I hate consolidation. That's a 4 hour chart. Here's a 30-minute chart right here. So again, you're at 33 right now, 133. Your first problem is going to be if it drops down below 129. Your second is 125. It breaks 125. You're going down, down, down. All right. So let's see, what else were we gonna? I think there was somebody else asked about a ticker after that. I'll tell you guys, I'm excited about trading Monday, and that's a problem. That is a problem. When you get excited about trading, then the next day, you're putting your emotions in there, and your emotions are gonna spank you. So yeah, NWBO. What's up, American Teabag? Love that name. That is amazing. Well, you got a nice little on a 30-minute, you got a nice little saggy booby pattern. That's cool. That usually means good things. That's a double bottom off of 28.30 right there. You can call that 28.30. That's what I'd look at. If it breaks that 28.30, it's going to come back down, fill this little gap right down here at 27.44. Possibilities of it getting back to 33.83. It's going to need a lot of volume. So this thing does 1.6 million on average. It did 788,000 on Friday. It's a float of 1.49 billion. So the supply is endless, and the fact that it only does 1.66 million is yeah. Yo, what's up, Glock Tool? Nice to see ya. So now has horrible options. Yeah. All right. Um, so again, the amount of volume this thing would need to get back up is quite a bit. This is not a very good possibility of it moving up higher, because look what it does. It pumps and then it dumps. This is on a daily right now. So this is a 1 day chart right here. So as you can see, it pumps and dumps immediately. I wouldn't play with it. Too much supply. So all right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it. I mean, I told my wife I was gonna be on just for a little bit. I've been on for a longer bit. But I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Again, if you haven't yet gone to the website, jrockstocks.com, haven't become members, that's on you. It's out there for you. Here's the website again. There you go. This is what we did last week. Now that I got it fixed, did pretty good. Almost got all the targets here. 5 out of 6 here. 5 out of 6 here. This one literally almost hit take profit 3 on all of them. This one here, 3 out of 5, and our horrible one right here, there was one, and this is what dropped my average. My average would have been a lot higher. This one right here, you got 17%. I got 1 out of 6. That's horrible. But I got 5 out of 6 here. That's 83%. 5 out of 6 here, 83%. 5 out of 6 here, 83%. We got a 63 out of 5 here. And then we got 100% or 6 out of 6 here. So that's typical. That's kind of how it works here. Um, come DJing with us, J Rock. All right. So there's that. There's the website, jrockstocks.com. If you haven't yet written a review, write a review. There's 91 of them there. If you're a beginner and you need to start, you start with the rules here. Read these rules, know them. because this is really what's going to save your account if you know them and understand them. So that's the rules. Then learn candlesticks, learn about what candlesticks are. All right. And then must know terms and definitions. That is very, very important. I don't know. What are you saying here? What are you saying, Glock Tua? Oh, you guys are talking your yeah, you guys are talking your options. Yeah. All right. So there's that. And then TikTok again, like I said, that is there's only a couple things that I ask for you guys to do, and that's share my posts, comment on my posts. That's it. I don't ask for much. I give you free information on the live streams Monday through Friday, and now I give you breakdowns on weekends. This is the profile again. There's only one Jrockstocks. Don't follow anybody else that's Jrockstocks. Um, if you are looking for information that's good for you to start getting interested with SEC filings, that stuff, this post right here. You went on a little talking spree. There's your cheat code. Take a snapshot of that one, and you're great. You're golden. Here's day trading penny stocks, things you should know, really good stuff, things that people won't teach you when they're talking about stocks, all that stuff. And then today I'm going to put up toxic agents. What toxic agents you should be looking for when you're trading penny stocks, what is going to blow up your account and you won't even know it. Like you'll sit there and you'll go, "Well, I don't know what the hell just happened." Well, you'll look at that HC Wainwright decided to write, "Hey, this thing's going to $10 and it's at 5 cents." And then you look at, oh, well, look at that. They did a filing not too long ago, 3 months ago, and that's why it freaking tanked. So go to jrockstocks.com. Please, please, please help me out here. I took 2 months off basically because I got the flu. I got walking pneumonia. I had a little bit of depression there around my dad's death anniversary. So just go to these here. Help me out. Hit the like, the follow, and the share. Most likely the share and the comment would be great. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this live and have a great weekend. Stay warm, stay safe. If they tell you guys to evacuate, evacuate for crying out loud. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. But thanks for your support. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great night, great weekend. Peace out. Thank you again for hanging out with me there, guys, on YouTube. I appreciate it. Night Owl, thank you very much. Patricia, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out on YouTube. If you can, please share the live. That would help out as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys later on. Peace. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe.